All right. New webcam today. Hopefully it looks okay. I've never shot a video on this webcam before. New location, obviously. This is my hotel room at the place I am vacationing. And I made a video earlier tonight, obviously. You've probably seen it by now. I wanted to go ahead and get that one out there because I was at a place where I could reasonably shoot a quick video, but I spent the rest of the night in a place where I could not. So basically, the first round's over. It's been over for a couple hours now, at least. Probably about 3 hours, actually. And I already said I was not a fan of the first thing we did today, so let's go ahead and run it down. We had a pick at 21. We could have taken Darnell Savage, could have taken Montez Sweat, Jonathan Abram, could have taken a bunch of different guys that I would have been perfectly fine with. We decided not to. We traded down 9 spots to pick up 2 fourth-round picks. All respect to John Snyder, who is generally very good at getting good players out of the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round. That's just not the kind of trade that is going to get me excited right now. We did not get tremendous value out of that move down, and what that tells me is that we wanted to trade down so bad, we would take whatever the best offer was, even if the best offer was not very good, and this offer was not. I'm not going to say that we flat out lost the trade, but I think we did clearly not win it. So we trade down from 21 to 30, and then we're still picking at 29. So we missed out on Darnell Savage, who went to the Packers, missed out on Marquise Brown, who went 25 to Baltimore. Not that, I was completely in love with him, but he was an option. Montez Sweat, also an option. He went 26 to Washington. Jonathan Abram, safety out of Mississippi State. He went 27 to Oakland. And throw Jerry Tillery in there while we're at it. I mean, I didn't really want a defensive tackle, but several Seahawks fans that I know and respect really liked Jerry Tillery. So throw him on there too. So that's a pretty good list of guys that we really could have used on this team that we had every opportunity to go get. And we decided, no, not worth it. We'd rather have these 2 fourth-round picks. So, not thrilled with that. Now let's get to our actual selections today. Number 29, the pick arrived, and we were just running out the clock. We had 20 minutes to make our picks, just going on and on and on. I think ESPN went to commercials twice before we actually announced our pick. I mean, I know this stuff doesn't mean anything, but it does kind of get frustrating. It almost feels like your team doesn't want to pick. And as Seahawks fans, we go through this almost every year. So that was getting annoying. It was like, are we really going to just keep trading down into infinity? So we ended up picking at number 29, Collier, defensive end out of TCU. He was a guy I talked about multiple times before the draft. He was a guy that I liked. I saw him as an early 2nd-round pick. We got him at the very bottom of the 1st round, so I'm not really concerned about that. That's splitting hairs. LJ Collier, according to most things that I saw, was on track to go somewhere in the 1st round or maybe the very, very top of the 2nd round. So it was now or never. If we wanted him, we had to go at 29. We got him. So my thoughts are mixed. So let's start with the positives. LJ Collier was really good in college. He was very productive. He came off the bench for 3 years, and then he started his senior year. Very productive, lots of tackles for loss, lots of quarterback pressures, disruptive player. He seems smart. He seems to get by because of his stellar technique and footwork and just a very good understanding of the game. He seems like the kind of guy who is going to maximize whatever his potential is. Seems like a guy who is going to be a really good football player. So that's all good. He fills a position of need. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the flip side of this because there is definitely another side of the coin with LJ Collier. I don't think he's as phenomenally talented as a lot of defensive ends out there. He's not very fast. His 40 time was like 4.94, which is not fast at all. I think Clark, to give you some comparison, Frank Clark ran like a 4.74 or something. Rasheem Green ran like a 4.71, I think. So Excuse me. Ooh, sorry, I've been in casinos most of the night and people blowing smoke everywhere. Um, anyway, my point is this. If you combine that speed with the fact that in his college career, while he was productive, he never was a big time sack guy, it doesn't seem like he's a pure edge rusher. He is not the kind of guy who is ever going to be a great pass rusher, even if you realize maximum potential. Like the best case scenario, and don't get me wrong, we would all take this, is that he's Michael Bennett, who is a hybrid, somebody who is good against the pass. He can rush the quarterback, but he's more than that. He moves inside on some pass rushing downs, and there's more to him than just sacks. Now, Bennett was a phenomenal part of this team for many years. So if LJ Collier is the next Michael Bennett, we would all be thrilled with that. But that's the best case scenario. I mean, more than likely, if I had to guess based off what I know about LJ Collier, I think he's going to be a good player. I'm not convinced he's ever going to be great just because the physical attributes are not there. If you compare him to a guy like Montez Sweat, who runs a 440 and is just a freakish athlete, there's no comparison. Like Montez Sweat could be one of the best tight ends in the league in a couple years if he harnesses his potential. LJ Collier, I don't think will ever be one of the best defensive ends in football. And if he does become that, then it's going to be in that Michael Bennett sort of way where it's not all about sacks and quarterback pressures with him. So more than likely he becomes like a poor man's version of Michael Bennett and is somebody who, when he gets it going, is going to get us like 6 or 7 sacks a year, but he's not going to be some, quarterback pressure artist. And my problem is that's what we kind of need right now. We need people who can get pressure on the quarterback because right now we got one guy who we know can do it, and it's Jerron Reed, and he is not the best quarterback pressurer in the world. So it's a decent pick. I'm okay with it, but I have to say I would have rather stayed at 21, picked up Sweat, and then or even Savage, and just been in love with that potential instead of now sitting here going, I feel like we got a good player, but I don't know if we got a player who can ever be great. And the other thing is we need pass rush now. We don't need pass rush in 2 years. We don't need pass rush next year. We need pass rush this year because this season is going to be painful if we can't get to the quarterback. So it's a decent pick, but I have problems with the way we approach this draft. So next we picked at 30, except we didn't. We traded down, of course. Traded down with the Giants. We moved down 7 spots and picked up I want to say a 4th rounder and a 5th rounder, that's good. I mean, that's good value. That's fine. It's not a steal. It's not robbery. It's just a fair deal, and we weren't that interested in anybody we could take. And the good news is the only guy who got drafted after our trade down that I would have been particularly interested in would have been N'Keal Harry, the Arizona State wide receiver. And even him I had a couple reservations on, but I liked N'Keal Harry. So missed out on him. And now tomorrow we pick early in the 2nd round. And then I think we don't pick for a while until late in the 3rd. But there are options out there for us for sure. I like Byron Murphy. I like Greedy Williams. I like Nazir Adderley. I like DK Metcalf, Taylor Rapp, Chase Winovich, A.J. Brown. There's a lot of guys out there that we could go get. But in my estimation, we are not done at defensive end. Even if we had taken Sweat, by the way, we would not have been done at defensive end. So we need to keep bringing in rookies with potential. And then we need to maybe pick up a secondary piece, and we need to pick up a wide receiver. So we did fill the need tonight. Excited about that. Not so excited about the ceiling of the guy we got. The best I can say really right now is that because LJ Collier plays the way he plays, he might be a really good rookie. He's not going to be somebody who takes a couple years to make an impact in the NFL. I just wonder what that impact's going to be. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'll make a video tomorrow night after we make our 2nd day picks. But little down after what we did today. Can't lie. What do you guys think? Let me know. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks.